Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to Femhead. This week's video is going to be Theo's 6-month update. So he turned 6 months on the 6th of February. So he's almost technically 7 months old, but better late than never, right? Even last night, Michael and I were like, we have a baby. That's crazy. So the last update I did was his 4-month update. Long story short, we're in such a better place than before. I'm going to talk today about eating, diapers, sleep, new things he's doing. So let's start with eating. I am still exclusively pumping and bottle feeding Theo. He is still hanging on to that 2nd to 3rd percentile. For weights, that's good. Like there has to be babies that are the 1st percentile, 2nd percentile. So just as long as he's within the range of the chart and not below it, that's positive. And if you look at him, looks completely healthy. Our pediatrician isn't concerned at all. There's not this pressure like, oh my God, we have to fatten him up. It's just, okay, let's maintain where he's at. I exclusively pump for him, and then I fortify my breast milk, and then I supplement on top of that with fortified formula. And fortified essentially just means you're adding 4 extra calories per ounce. Breast milk is normally around 20 calories an ounce, if I'm remembering correctly. And so you're bumping it to like 24 calories per ounce. I mean, you can do anywhere from like 22 calories to 27 calories, depending on like what your pediatrician says. In a 4-ounce bottle, that is 16 extra calories. So that's almost another ounce calorie wise. And he's eating around 28 ounces a day. I would say like 26 to 28 ounces a day. We've started introducing solids because he's hit that 6-month mark. He's, shows interest in food, can sit up on his own. He can reach for things and like bring things to his mouth. He really likes to feed himself. He really likes to hold onto a spoon or a chunk of food and feed himself. He does not like being fed. He's gotten really good at like pursing his lips and refusing food or just spitting it back out. He really doesn't like purees. I try to give him purees and mix that into solids and that sort of stuff, but boy does not like purees, oatmeal cereal sort of things, anything runny. He likes to be able to sit there and gnaw on it. I think he likes the act of chewing more than actually eating and like swallowing, but we're working on purees and swallowing. I'm trying to educate myself on like baby foods and making them myself versus purchasing them, just because it's, it saves a lot of money. You know exactly what you're feeding your baby, all that sort of stuff. So if you want to see a video about that later on when I've got a better grasp of it, let me know. But it has been so fun to sit down at the dinner table. Like we've never had a dining room table until we moved into this house. It's fun to like sit down as a family, and like Michael and I will eat our food and Theo will eat some version of what we're eating combined with other foods and like purees and that sort of stuff. He doesn't have the best patience at dinner time, usually because it's getting pretty close to bedtime and just gets cranky before bed because he's a baby and babies do that. And during the day, even when Michael's gone, when he has his meals and stuff, I try to sit down and we'll eat our meals together. Diapers. We are still doing cloth diapers. We do use more eco-friendly like disposable options when we travel and don't have access to a washing machine, but at home he's strictly just cloth. I installed our diaper spray because now that he is eating solid foods, his poop has changed and you can't just toss that into the laundry. You have to spray the poop off, which is such a fun new development in this, but it's actually fine. Like it's awkward at first, but I'm definitely getting a hang of it. My favorite folds are still the jelly roll. That's the best up until they start eating solids. Even now, like that's still such a good fold for containing things. But like TMI, now that his poops are more solid and not so liquidy, easier to contain, I really like just doing straight up pad fold. Do the pad roll with the pre-fold, pop that in the diaper cover and put that on. If I'm doing like the jelly roll or any sort of thing that uses a snappy, I have to use the size medium pre-folds, which are the red trim. But if I'm doing a pad fold, I can use the size small still, the yellow ones. It gives me more diaper options because I only have 12 of the medium and then I have 24 of the yellow. So I have plenty of diapers, but I still try to do them every other day or else they get stinky. Sleep. Sweet, sweet sleep. I made a whole nother video about the first 6 months of sleep and kind of our journey and stuff, so I'll link that down below. We just sleep trained Theo just shy of the 6-month mark. And what a difference. What a difference. I feel like a functioning human again. We did Taking Care of Babies, ABCs of Sleep. We also did her newborn sleep course, and I cannot recommend either of those enough. Like in my last update, yeah, 4 months, his sleep was just a mess because he got sick and then he hit the 4-month sleep regression and just we were in a bad place. I was exhausted. He was not sleeping any sort of like long stretches at all. Like I was lucky if I got 2 hours, like lucky. And now he's sleeping 11, 12 hours a night and like, seriously, what a difference. So at the moment he goes to bed around 7 p.m. and then sleeps until like 6:30 to 7:30 depending on like when he went to bed. And like it is glorious. I cannot say that enough. And if you are in those first couple months of just sleep deprivation or you're in the 4-month sleep regression, it does get better. Like sleep is not that far away, and I cannot recommend taking care of babies and doing some sort of sleep training course. And I know sleep training gets all sorts of opinions and bad rap, but like you and your baby are going to be so much better off. Your marriage, your friendships, like you can go out and be a human and like have actual adult conversations because your brain is functioning, have enough of a brain to work. I'm a better mother, and I just feel like I have such a better grasp on life right now because I'm getting sleep. And he takes at least 2 full naps a day, between 1 hour to 2 hours long. I wake him up at the 2-hour mark, or if it's been like 3 to 4 hours since he's last ate. And sometimes depending on his naps, he might do a short cat nap to get him to bedtime. And then finally, new things he's doing. He can roll back to front, front to back. He's a lot better at rolling from his back to his front. He first learned how to go from his stomach to his back, but now he's better at going from his back to his stomach. I don't know. He can sit up on his own. Like he can't push himself up into a sitting position, but if you sit him down, he can sit there. He still topples over here and there, but he's, yeah, pretty sturdy and he's getting really close to just being able to sit on his own. He can kind of pull himself up to a standing position if you're sitting with him next to the coffee table or the couch. If he gets his hands on something and you kind of keep him steady, not like lift him up, but just like so he doesn't flop to the side, he can lift himself up. He talks and babbles a lot, like a lot. He's a very vocal, just chatty baby, and that's great. It's a lot of fun. He laughs and smiles constantly. Like he cries and screams and fusses and stuff, but I feel like he's such a happy baby, and I feel like it's so easy to make him laugh and smile, and that's so much fun. He can hold things like his bottle or a spoon. He can pick up toys. Like he was one-handing his bottle yesterday and we're like, holy cow, look at you. And he was just like waving it around. I don't know, like as a parent, it's like someone one-handing a basketball. You're like, oh, it's incredible. See, he loves to travel and be out in public. He's just very social. He likes watching the world go by. He's fascinated by other people, other kids, babies, dogs. Like he just loves seeing other things. And so if we're out like on a walk, or if we're going through an airport or flying, he just is like pretty quiet and he just watches the world go by. He still doesn't like his car seat, but I think that's because he can't see what's happening and he gets a little bit of FOMO. He loves bath time and he loves getting like tossed in the air or like swung back and forth. He loves just, yeah, not like roughhousing, but yeah, just kind of like getting tossed around. He absolutely loves it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Like, this is a really fun age. I feel like we're at a really good place sleep-wise, and that has just made everything else better. It's almost March. I can't wait for warm weather. I just attached our Burley to my bike the other day, and so I just need to get him a little baby helmet, and I can't wait for bike rides and all of that this summer. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a little older baby or children, like let me know some of the fun things I get to look forward to in the next couple of months. I get so nostalgic and sad because he's growing up, but also like excited for what's to come. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!